What's up, everybody, and welcome back to the Virzi Effect podcast show. My name is Paul Virzi, and you guys are listening to episode 537. I am back in my home studio here in beautiful upstate New York, guys. That's right. I'm in the country. Let's see this lighting here. No, not that. Not that. Not that. Maybe that. Yeah, there we go. Hope everybody's doing good. Hope everybody had a good time in between shows. Again, I'm flying solo today, but there'll be another Virzi Effect in New York City studio with some comedian guests coming up soon. But wanted to talk a little shit by myself. I needed some I needed some me time today, everybody, on 537. So I want to thank you guys for the subscriptions. I want to thank you guys for making the show rise up, get higher up in the charts. Thank you guys so much. Please spread the word about the Virzi Effect, and please write reviews and rate, review, all that stuff, because it moves the show up. I appreciate that. Get the Virzi Effect everywhere you get your podcasts, on iTunes and Spotify and all that shit. So thank you to the new subscribers, of course, the old school subscribers. Before I get started here, I have to thank everybody in Tampa. Once again, Tampa, Florida did not disappoint. Okay, I was at Side Splitters Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, and just one of the best clubs in the country. The crowds are always fantastic. The amount of fans that I had that listened to the Virzi Effect and anything better, lined up to take pictures. I love meeting those fans. So thank you to everybody who came out, man. There were some real, I was really taken back. I'm not even going to lie. Like, there were people like, oh, I was here the last time you're here. I've listened to the Virzi Effect ever since. I love the show. We had to come. There were people going, every single time you come to Tampa, I'm coming to see you. That just makes me want to come to Tampa more, write more material. I always do new material when I get there, always motivated to give the fans what they came for. And let's be honest, guys, if you were in those Tampa shows, I did some time. I did an hour and 20 on one. I did an hour and 17 on one. I'm not one of these just get through my time. Get the light at 40 and get off at 45, 50. I'm coming to give you a show. And the diehards that came there, man, it really meant a lot. I love Tampa. It's a little trashy, and they're proud of it. It's another reason why I love it. Tampa doesn't care. Tampa will just show up. I mean, there were people that were at, and I was up against shit. There was a Tampa Bay Lightning game. Okay, my good friend Bobby Kelly, he did a theater, 2 shows Saturday night doing his special, not far from where I was. All right. They said that there was a Marvel movie came out. There was another thing that they said happened. So we were up against it and still had loyal fans come out. There were people that showed up in Lightning jerseys and T-shirts who went from the game to my show. And it was like a night game. So they went to a game and then came back and went to my late show. So can't thank the people enough. I always joke and call it, cocaine and flip-flops. And that didn't fail. Want to know why? Because while I was on stage, multiple audience members legit were gave me the indication that if I needed cocaine, they got my back. I mean, Tampa's hilarious. I was joking about cocaine on stage, and there was literally people in the back on the little, there's a little balcony, a couple steps, and there's a level up, and they were like, yo, I got you. And it was they were dead serious. They would have given me, it was it's dude, it's Thursday night. What are you, nuts? But so much fun. And I got to be honest, Tampa, Florida has moved up in my places of if I were to move. Now, I'm not going to move, but I always think of where would I go? You ever think about that? You think about where you live now and the top 5 places that you would move. All right. And I've decided that I either like the country or mountain shit, just away. Like if I went to Arizona, I'd be by Red Rock Mountains and I wouldn't be around much In New York, I'm in the woods. I'm not by around too much, more of country shit. That's what I like because I've lived the city shit. I've lived in Manhattan. I've lived in Queens. I lived right outside the city. I've lived where my neighbors are super close. I've done that. I've lived in condos where I was an end unit and there were people that I had to walk past just to get to my car. I'm done all that shit. I want to be away from people. I got to tell you, a house in Tampa, Florida, nice neighborhood, away from things, maybe near a golf course. I got to be honest, that's up there. That's up there. Sarasota's cool. Tampa's cool. That's a place I would think about. Now, I'm probably not gonna because it's filled with trash. No, I'm kidding. But that's a beautiful place. And the people there's something about these people in Tampa that are just amazing people. Okay, man, I look fresh and clean, don't I? I mean, anyways. So thank you all for coming out. And next time I'm in Tampa, come back and we will do it again. Okay. And I should be back there hopefully this time next year, if not sooner. Now I want to get into unacceptable for the week. Okay. If you're new to the show, unacceptable for the week is basically something that happened that's quite frankly unacceptable, should never happen. And, we have to call shit out. You got to call shit out when it's unacceptable. All right. See the TVE poster behind me. It says TVE, the Virzi Effect podcast. And underneath it says unacceptable. So unacceptable today is I went to the dentist. As you do, you got to have good, oral hygiene. So I was having just an issue with the tooth, wanted to have it looked at, wanted to make sure that the toothache or whatever wasn't anything too bad. So I'm having issues with this tooth. So I'm like, let me just, be responsible, get on top of it and go to the fucking dentist as you do. Okay. And this is a tooth that was worked on many years ago and now it's having issues that could be troublesome. So I go there, a little bit of a toothache, nothing brutal. But it can be. An abscess tooth and all that stuff can be a tooth infection, can be bad. So I go there and I'm waiting and she comes in and she starts tapping on the tooth and she taps on the tooth that has an issue. It kind of hurts. I say that it hurts. And then she leaves and she goes, all right, tooth number 14. We need to take a look. We need to take x-rays. And I'm kind of in a little bit of pain. So I'm sitting there and this older woman comes in. Older woman. Not that it matters, but like mid 60s older. Okay. Like she's been there for a while. Like you could tell or unless she just got the job because this is what she said. She comes in, I'm in pain. I want to kind of get this over with and get treated and figure out what's going on. And she's bullshitting with some other woman in the hallway. Oh yeah. And then we did. Okay. Where do you get doing this bullshit, talking shit. Right. And I'm just sitting there. And by the way, it's really vulnerable. Right. To be laying on like this. There's very few things that are less vulnerable than when you're laying back with your mouth open and they try to talk to you and ask you. You're literally you're sitting there. You're like, yeah. And they're like, do you feel it? Like, yeah. It's like, it's a really fucking weird thing. I want to kind of get this over with. So I'm waiting there and I hear her talking and she comes in like laughing. In other words, she's just still focused on the conversation she was having with that person. And she just goes, oh my God, I'm so sorry. What tooth was it? I'm afraid to ask the doctor. She'll get mad at me. Do you remember what tooth it was? And I'm literally like, yeah, I think it was 14. Oh, okay. 14. And I'm going like, what how unacceptable is that? You're sitting there bullshitting. Doctor clearly tells you, oh, tooth 14, let's get x-rays for it, which I hear. And then you're just like, which tooth? So if I didn't remember, then she's afraid to go ask the doctor. She'd probably just start taking pictures of all the teeth. It was bullshit. Not cool. Not cool. But then they sent me to this endodontist or whatever. I don't know if I'm saying that right, but not an orthodontist, like an endodontist or some shit. And basically what they do is when a tooth gets worked on and then you still have pain with it, They go and they see like if it was fucked up, not done right. So like if you had a root canal, they'll look and be like, the root canal kind of wasn't done properly. And then they decide if the tooth can be saved and they redo it, or if you got to pull the tooth and like get like an implant or a bridge or like something else, if the tooth is too far gone. And I went to that place yesterday and they were the opposite. They were the best. They did this thing. They had this like panoramic thing go around. I'm holding on to it. It's like this machine is like futuristic. I noticed on the machine, it was a Japanese company. Of course it was. And you're holding on to these handles and it goes around. And then you get like a claymation 3D of every tooth and everything going on and all around it. It was nuts. And then the guy sat down with me, told me everything about the tooth, told me my options, and just couldn't have been more on top of it and better. And they saw me last minute. So it was fantastic. Now, let's talk top 5 worst pains in the world. Pain. And ladies, I'm sorry. Pregnancy is not, giving birth is not, we're not doing that. That's not what this is. I'm talking about regular pain in everyday life. I know going through labor and having a baby is painful. I'm not trying to be disrespectful, but that's not on. If any woman is listening to this going, oh, there's nothing more painful than that. I'm not doing that. I'm saying living life every day with pain. Okay. I'm going to say tooth pain. A toothache with really bad tooth pain is top 5. I'm going to say really bad back pain because it affects how you walk. That's in the top 5. So that's 2. Okay. Knee pain, like when a knee is really hurting and you can't walk on it and it's throbbing. So I'm going to say knee, back, and tooth are top 3. Okay. Now here's where it gets tricky. A lot of people have different issues. People can say, like, I know people have like shin splints can hurt, heel stuff can hurt. This is where the 4 and 5, I don't know. Because back tooth and knee, I say is tops. I'm going to say 4 or 5 is bad shoulder pain. Because the shoulder you sleep on, it's where it's the rotator cuff is there. It's like what makes your arm mobile. If that gets fucked up, that's really bad. So I am going to, you guys are probably not going to agree with my 4 and 5, but I'm going to say that 4 is the shoulder and 5 is toe. Dude, toe pain. Having a problem with your toe, and I'm talking pain, throbbing, it affects your walk. You have to limp. Sometimes you have to just put your foot up because you can't do it. That's my top 5. When you write into the Virzi effect, if you write on YouTube comments, let me know top 5 pains in your life. I have, in no particular order, I might say a really bad toothache, like an abscess that's throbbing where you literally can't take it. I had a situation once where I went in to the dentist and I keep doing this because I'm itchy because there's allergies and it's crazy. I went to a doctor and a dentist back in the day. This is a true story, man. I'll never forget this pain. And I was probably I was like 22, 23 years old. And I had a tooth back here and it was so bad. I went to the doctor. They were like, it's really infected. We should pull this. And they go, and I'll never forget, like the not the regular dentist was there. And this other, like, I guess the dentist's assistant, whatever, goes, look, the regular oral surgeon is not here. I can do it, but if you could wait, the oral surgeon could do it, but I can do it, but I might not do it as good. And I go, just get this tooth out. Guys, if you're queasy and if this shit makes you not comfortable, fast forward the podcast right now. I'm not joking because this is going to get fucked up. Okay. Fast forward the podcast right now because this happened where this younger woman who I don't know if she was qualified to do, I just needed the tooth out and they gave me the choice. She goes, look, I can do it. I can do it. I'm not the oral surgeon. I can do it. Or do you want to wait for the oral surgeon? I was in such pain, right, that I was like, do it. So they numb it. I don't feel anything, but she's like going around trying to pull it out and it's not coming out. And she's like going around and then another thing. And I'm just laying there and I don't feel anything. And she's like really working this tooth out. And she's going back and forth. And I kind of feel it going back and forth, but with no pain and this and that. And they keep putting gauze and blood is coming. And I'm just laying there. And finally it comes out. And I think the pain's over. And for now it is. When I tell you this tooth was taken out so fucked up and wrong and wiggling it back and forth and doing all these fucking things that she was like, I don't know why this is. And I swear to God, they gave me Vicodin. I went back. I was 23 at the time. And my dentist was upstate where my mother lived. So I went back to my mother's house. I was in such pain. My girlfriend at the time, who's my wife now, my mom called her and goes, like, I don't know what to do for him. Like, I can't, there's nothing that can make him feel. I took 2 Vicodin and I was in agony. I was in agony to the point where I didn't know what to do. And I understood people that are in nonstop pain that kill themselves. That's how bad it was. Like, I wanted to fucking just blow my jaw off. Like, I wanted the pain with 2 Vicodin, and my mom's going, you're on 2 Vicodin. How are you in pain? I was miserable. I was in such pain that all I can do is kind of roll around with my face in a pillow, just hoping it would stop. And it didn't. That's the agony that I was in. And I don't mean to paint that picture of like, can't get out of it. That's what it was. And I'm starting to get mad at her, thinking of her pulling and doing all these things. Because what she should have done is stopped it, called a doctor, said something. Instead, she just fucking does this thing. And I am in really, really bad shape. It was the worst pain of my life. And because of that, for me, that goes number 1. Now you got to understand, I'm also somebody who had a disc problem. I had a herniated disc, which is healed. My herniated disc, which was lower, affected my leg. It was healed. That sucked. That injury sucked. And it lingered on for a long time. Not as bad as the tooth pain. So tooth number 1, back number 2. I've never had really, really bad knee injury, but I've had knee pain. And I put that up there because that affects your leg. Anything that affects your leg is that. I've had shoulder, but neck is up there. So neck and shoulder I'll put together, and then toe number 5. You guys send me your list on YouTube. And if I'm missing something, I will talk about it. We get the YouTube screened, so don't be a dick. You know, someone's going to be like, what about dick pain? My balls were. By the way, I was on the Honeydew with Ryan Sickler, and I told a story about testicles, not mine, but something that happened that I saw in a hospital. And buckle up for that one. I don't know when that episode's coming out, maybe the next month or so, but there's a testicle story on that. That is one to not be missed. But yeah, I was talking to my boss, talking to Giannis Pappas. You guys know Giannis, Long Days, check out his podcast. And we were talking about, like, the older you get, getting older is fine. Getting older is nice. You embrace it. You enjoy things when you get older, just without pain. I'm not trying to be sappy or corny here, but people take for granted not being in pain. Know this, there are people that wake up every day, maybe some of your family members, in pain. They can only function through the day with multiple pills just to get rid of the pain a little bit so they can keep going. That's fucking brutal. We take for granted our eyesight. We take for granted pain. We take for granted all kinds of shit, man. So I'll tell you guys another thing. I am 16 days, no alcohol. 16 days, no alcohol. That's why I look nice, nice and lean. Look at the skin. You know what I mean? No alcohol, about a month, almost a month now with no cigars. Cigar smoking is done. Drinking is done. Got to tell you, I feel better. And I know what you're saying. Some of you people, hey, fuck it. That's how you know. You want to know that I mentioned this before many fucking long time ago on the show. You know, you get 2 types of friends when you tell them you stop drinking. You get 2. Okay. There's only two types of friends, and you learn a lot about your friends when you tell them that you don't smoke and you don't drink. Number one, the friend is, oh my God, that's awesome, man. Congratulations. You must feel great. It's great. Yeah. You're like, yeah, man, I feel good. No hangover. My throat feels better. My voice, everything. I'm waking up feeling good. No cigars, no burn. It's great. I'm getting better. Oh my God, that's great, man. That's awesome, dude. Yeah, I love waking up sober, dude. You can't beat it. Blah, blah, blah. That's friend number one. Then you get the friends going like, I don't know, man. Like a couple drinks, dude. Like really, like a couple drinks is going to change anything. You could have a couple drinks. It's like, well, that's because you're an alcoholic. That's because you're an alcoholic. You're projecting your fucking anxiety on me. You're projecting your fucking alcohol abuse. Like, can you be fucking happy? I had a friend once who did that. I was not drinking for a while and they were fucking like going at me and they were getting hammered. And then they fucking, because they were just projecting because they couldn't do it. Don't be an asshole. If you got a friend who does that, when you tell them, hey, I'm not going to drink for a while. I'm not drinking for a while. I'm just trying to clean up. And they're like a dick about it. Fuck that friend. That friend's an asshole, man. Yeah. Fuck that, man. I'm drinking. I don't give a fuck what I'm drinking. It's like, oh, okay. So you just can't go through life without it. That's really what they're saying. And I don't care. I know some people aren't going to like, that's what the fuck you say. You want to know why? Because you're fucking weak. You're weak. Okay. When your friend tells you that they're bettering themselves and they're not drinking and they're not smoking and they feel good about it and things are better, and you fucking go at that and you try to rebut that, okay, and you try to be a contrarian to that, you are a fucking weakling. You're weak. You have no strength to either help your friend by saying congratulations and encourage them, okay? Or you just can't do it yourself because you fucking need to come home from your shitty bullshit job. You need to sit on the fucking couch and crack 2 fucking beers and stare at the TV like the fat fucking piece of shit that you are, because nothing else is going on in your life. You probably have some stupid fucking fat wife who busts your balls, and the only way you get through it is if you fucking drink, 10 fucking Coors Lights when you come home from the shitty job with a fucking beer belly, and you got fat kids that fucking run around with dirt on their face, and you're looking around your shitty fucking house. Fix it, you fucking weak bastard. Fuck you. Can't stand that. Encourage people, man. Encourage people to be better. Give people that. You know what I mean? And I don't know if the guy's wife is fat. That's not fair. But you know what I'm saying? The kids could be great too. Maybe it's a rich guy with a nice wife and a pretty wife and nice kids that don't have dirt on their face, and he sits down and he starts drinking. I don't know. But it's a bullshit thing. And because that's all people do. People just project. That's what I'm learning, man. I got to tell you something. If you're listening to this podcast and you're in your 20s and 30s and I'm recently in my 40s, right? I consider myself new with the 4 in front of my age. But I got to tell you something. I learned like so much, because it goes so like that, right? Like if you're 33 listening to this right now, you're going to be 40 tomorrow. And I'm not even joking like that. Like my kids are getting older, man, quick. My kids just reached double digit. Like it's nuts. What I learned though is, and this is the realest thing that I could say on this podcast. What you're going to learn is family members of yours. This is real shit. Family members that love you, that actually really do love you, will discourage you from doing something because they were afraid to do it. You will have close people in your immediate family that you've talked to, and if you notice what they're saying, it's because they just didn't do it. They just didn't do it, man. You'll see, and it's not even, they don't even know when they talk about it. They don't even realize what they're doing. They're negative. They say something negative. Because what it is it's a projection. And I've noticed that with people I used to be friends with. I called a friend out once. I go, dude, you said something to me And that was like not even what I was talking about. It sounded like you were almost talking to yourself. And they admitted, they go, yeah, man, I was just projecting. It was my own fears. And it's almost like, well, that's not okay, man. That's not okay to talk to a friend and to do that to somebody. Wow, we're getting real on TVE 537. But no, I'm serious. That's not okay to do. You know, to love somebody or to be in somebody's corner and for them to feel like you are, for them to feel like you're really a friend. And then to say some shit that is negative or discouraging or tries to knock you down a little bit just because of their lack of whatever, it's not okay. So my suggestion to you, if that happens, is you got two options. You could either just rid yourself of that person or distant, like, you know, or if it's family, you can't rid yourself. You just distance yourself. You learn what you can say to people. I always said too, one of the greatest things Jordan Peterson said, be careful who you give good news to. But, you know, if it's family that you love, you kind of just distance yourself. But if it's a friend, you have a choice. It's either rid yourself of that friend or call them out. Be like, hey man, I got to be honest with you. I love you, but the problem with you is, and just tell them what the fuck they did and tell them what their problem is and tell them you're not cool with it. That's how I look at it. You know, it's like, no, man, I was doing something. I was reaching for something. Things were going well, or I felt good and encouraged, and you had to fucking come in with your negative shit. That's what I'm learning as I get older. And you're going to see that too. You could be listening to this podcast with your dear friend sitting right next to you. And that person is not really a good friend. That person is somebody that doesn't want to see you fucking move. And all this corny shit comes out because it's true. You know, we joke around about like those motivational speakers. Me and Burr were joking on Anything Better about like how people like wake up early in the morning, get up before anybody. Okay. You want it, you get like, and we're joking about it. But the truth is, the reason why all of those successful people say the same thing is because it does work. It does work. So we joke and we goof because it's kind of like we know it. Yeah, we know like we know that if you wake up early and you start your day with like getting tasks done, it's good. It's mentally good and it gets things done in progress. We know that like, you know, I know, I can tell you that I know you get what you put in. You work hard, you're going to get it back. I know all those things. But it is true, man. Listen to your gut. That's another true one. All of this shit is true. It's just not everybody follows it, you know? And I was listening to Jack Harlow talking, the rapper, the white rapper, Jack Harlow. And seems like a good enough guy. You know, his fucking hair annoys me. Just, I don't know. And not because I'm bald, just like, it's just, you know. But, you know, he said something on a radio show where he's like, I haven't drank in a year and a half. And I go, why? You have a problem? He goes, no, I don't have a problem. He goes, I just want to be the biggest artist. I want to just be laser focused. And there is some truth to that. And it sucks because I'm not going to lie. I'm ready. I want to drink. I want a cocktail. I do. I love a nice cocktail. I love like four. I love like four cocktails. So what I try to do is if I'm not working for a week, I'll drink. You know, if I have nothing where I have any responsibility, but the thing of like drinking, like the night before you have something to do, it just fucking hurts you. And I'm learning that. But tell that to one of your dickhead friends. No, fuck that, man. You have a fucking drink, man. You can't fucking control your life. Fuck that. I'll fucking do coke and fucking drink fine. I'll still go to my jobs. It's like, yeah, because you fucking work at a gas station, you fucking loser. That's why. If I'll still fuck. You think I'll give a fuck? Yeah, nobody could, because if you got fired, you could get that job in an hour somewhere else. And I know you're saying, wow, Paul's projecting because somebody did that to him. No, nobody did that. It's just there are people that like, you know, I know what you're doing. You know what I mean? I know what the fuck you're doing. Saw some people defending Amber Heard on online. Like, are we sure she's not is she really a monster? Yes, she's a fucking monster. She's a piece of shit, Amber Heard. You know, I'm not saying Johnny Depp was his perfect fucking model boyfriend or husband. Nobody's saying that. But I mean, how much audio do you need to hear? You know, shitting in somebody's bed, hitting them, saying that. So like, this is just, I was actually on stage in Tampa and I had never wrote this before or anything, but I was talking about, I'm doing a bit on like, when you're with a woman, a strong, smart woman, and women are fucking amazing, dude. Women are smart. I've said this before, a woman that is like intelligent and cool and has a good sense of humor, it's just amazing. But that's not somebody you want to argue with because they're really fucking good at it. And why do that to yourself? So the joke is, don't fight with women, man. If you want to have a nice, like, look, my problem is I'm too stubborn and I want to fight it out because I want to win. And if somebody's wrong, I'm not going to just be like, let them be wrong. No, I want you to know you're fucking wrong. You're wrong. But I said, don't die on all those hills. I said, certain fights you have to take. As a man, excuse me, when the woman in your life goes at you, as a man, there are certain fights you got to roll up your sleeves and go, let's do it, bitch. Let's go. You know, and I said, that's exactly what Johnny Depp did. And I didn't even expect, the crowd went nuts because they were like, yeah, I was like, Johnny Depp basically said, you know what? Let's get lawyers involved. That's how wrong you are. I'm not letting my name get dragged through the mud. That's a fight he decided to take. But don't take the little ones. You know, if my wife and I are having a little, this fine. Fighting over what to eat for dinner, we'll have what you want. We'll have what I want tomorrow. I'm not dying on that hill. And that's just relationships, you know. That's the way that it works. But you know, now that Amber Heard's on the stand and she starts to, you know, do her little, you know, fucking lip quiver, there are some people that she's winning over. But I just, for the most part, it's so great, man. It's just, I mean, I'm not going to talk about it anymore on the podcast because I have, but it's just, there's nothing like people, you know, people being wrong and getting called out on it, especially when it's abuse, you know, especially when it's the other way. And let's be honest, it's good that women get called out the same way men get called out. You know what you didn't see is during the Me Too movement, you didn't see women getting called out on the Me Too, but that exists. You know, that exists. Women touching men inappropriately and doing it, but a man feels weird talking about it. But that could have happened. You know, think about that. Nobody thinks about that. And now we're going to talk about my opinions on abortion and the border. Okay, this is going to be a very, very political, divisive rest of the show. Okay, now here's where I stand on Roe v. Wade. Okay. Imagine if I was serious. Imagine if I was serious and I just literally just went in hard on one side and I just said, like, this is what it is. You guys would be like, just fucking number. Yeah, the Virzi effect is just got cut in half. No, I don't do that. But I did see a picture of Vladimir Putin. Holy shit. Did you guys see the recent picture of Vladimir Putin? And somebody's like, Vladimir Putin does not look well. Oh my God. He looks like a fucking Hollywood actress who had a lot of work done to her face and then shaved her head. That's the best I could describe it. He looks like a 50-year-old, 55-year-old Hollywood actress who's like past her prime and tried to do a new look. So she shaved her head and got like Botox and lips done. That's what Vladimir Putin looks like. He looks like fucking Stifler's mom if she shaved her head. Oh, shit. Vladimir Putin looks like Stifler's mom if she shaved her head. That is going to be my next tweet, 1,000%. Oh, my God, dude. He looks... And no wonder why he just wanted to start fucking taking over countries. The guy is losing it, man. It is... Speaking of faces, and I don't mean to be disrespectful to anybody who's got the courage to be an MMA fighter, but dude, that kick to the face Tony Ferguson took from Michael Chandler in the UFC, knocking him out like that. I've never seen some shit like that. Chandler is by far my favorite UFC fighter. If you guys not watched this guy, he got into the UFC late in the game a couple years ago. And he was in some other company or whatever, some other MMA. The guy's been a fighter forever. Dude, he is one of the most exciting, explosive, toughest, and he just knocks people out or he takes a beating. And I mean, it was one of the sickest knockouts I've ever seen in my life. You guys got to check that out. It was like UFC fighting is so ballsy because you could be the toughest shit talking guy. I wish I had my sunglasses so I could do it, but they just sit there with their sunglasses in the press conference and they're like, yeah, well, you're a bitch. All right. And come Saturday night, you ain't, all this talking doesn't matter because I'm going to put you to sleep. And the dude's in a suit. His fucking ears look like his ears look like people put clay on him and shit. Is fucking all like, you're like, that's the baddest dude. And then you just see that guy bloodied up, snoring on a mat where his body just crumbles and collapses. And there's that tough. And then there's like mutual respect. And they're like, yeah, well, that's the life we chose. That is some of the ballsiest shit in the world. Cause it's not like anything else. It's not like being like playing football, which, yeah, you could get fucked up and stuff, but like, you got pads and there's like, you're just going in there with a good chance. Think about that. These guys are going in there with a good chance to be laid out cold, put to sleep, bloodied up, thrown around like a rag doll, kicked in the face in front of the world. And they're like, they have to do it. That's gangster, man. That is ridiculous, actually. Yeah, that's like, I couldn't imagine the lead up to that because I know what the lead up to a big show is. Big show, you get excited, you get ready, make sure you're all right, you're excited, good. You want to give the people a show. So that's the thing. I want to give the people a show. I want to showcase my talents on stage. Every show, big show, small show, you want to do that. You get up for it. You get excited. You have a good time. Going into a ring with somebody else that has the same intention of you to hurt you, to bloody you up, to knock you out, your family's there. Oh my God. I couldn't imagine going into a fight and another grown man just choking me till I just went to sleep and just wake up. What happened? Oh my God. Speaking of that, dude, Doug Bell character that Jim Norton does. It's one of my favorite, funniest things I've ever seen. If you have not seen this thing, look at Aaron Berg's podcast, Berg's Base, and he's got Doug Bell on, and look at the clip when Aaron Berg says to him, did you ever think about having a t-shirt cannon at your comedy shows? For you people that don't know, Doug Bell is a character that Jim Norton does. And the character is like an old washed up 90s comedian who thinks that people stole his image and stuff like that. It's one of the funniest, most amazing, hilarious things. I watched the clip 30, 40 times and was crying laughing. Oh my, because I'm going to say this. There is nobody quicker to funny than Jim Norton. I've never seen a quicker mind. I've never seen somebody take something and just immediately, boom, find the joke. He's a master of it on the radio, on his show, Jim and Sam. The guy is fucking brilliant. So check that out. Check out, I'm going to do his Chip Chipperson podcast again. It's another amazing character. But dude, that Doug Bell shit is so funny, man. I could not even handle it. I was laughing so fucking hard. Well, guys, I can't, I want nothing more. Well, actually, I already told you. I already told you what's going on in the special. It'll be out the second week of June, first week of July on a major platform. Wink. So that's going down. And I'm going to be, where am I going to be, you ask? I'll tell you where I'm going to be. The people of Baltimore, the people of Buffalo. I got the B right. The people of Buffalo, New York, Western New York said, hey, Paul, when are you coming to Buffalo? Hey, Paul, when you come to Buffalo, I'm going to be in the crowd. Hey, Paul, get your ass to Buffalo. Well, you know what? I listened. The people spoke and I listened. So guess what? May 26th, one night, one show only, Thursday night, Helium Comedy Club. I will be at Helium. One show, May 26th, Buffalo, New York. It's going to sell out. It's less than a month away. It is one show. Get your tickets. I'm coming in Buffalo fucking hot. And if you don't think I'm going to have fucking buffalo wing sauce around my mouth or on my fucking tongue and breath with that Duff's or that, what is it, Anchor Bar, whatever, that buffalo sauce, which is ridiculous, those buffalo wings, which are ridiculous, you're wrong, because I'm coming in hot. Okay, both figuratively. No, get your tickets, man. I'm really looking forward to coming to Buffalo. And I know people are like, really, Buffalo? Yes, Buffalo. The people are amazing. The people in Buffalo are fucking great. Buffalo is a great, underrated city. And I'll tell you, I've been all over and I've had good wings. Buffalo is tops. Buffalo is tops. So I'm going out there. I don't know. Of course, there's no NFL, so I can't go to a Bills game. Of course, there's no basketball team when I'm there, so I can't do that. And I don't know if the Buffalo Sabres, that's how much I don't know hockey, but I don't think the Buffalo Sabres are playing. So there you go. So it's just going to be me telling jokes and eating wings in Buffalo, New York, May 26th. Get tickets for that, okay? Also, June 3rd and 4th, 2 nights only, 2 shows each night. Atlanta. I'm coming back to Atlanta, Georgia. 2 shows Friday, June 3rd, 2 shows Saturday, June 4th. Get your tickets. We're going to pack the punchline out in Atlanta, June 3rd and 4th. And then I have some other dates that are coming, guys. It looks like I'm going to be going to Michigan. Okay, that's coming. I'm going to be going to San Diego. I'll be there June 30th through July 2nd. American Comedy Company in San Diego, California. I'm going back to Cali, baby. So you can check those out. All tickets are available on paulvirzi.com. I want to see you guys at a show. By the time I'm in San Diego, the special will be out or comes out then. So that's coming up soon. And if you're in a city and you want to see Paul Virzi, okay? No, I know I just used myself in a third person, but I didn't mean to do it in an arrogant way. But if you want to see me in your city, reach out to your comedy club. Let me know, reach out. That's what happened with Buffalo. A bunch of people said, go to Buffalo. I made it happen. If you want me to come somewhere, I'm going to come out there. If I could get my, we talk about it. I hit my agent up if it works out time-wise, schedule-wise, and do all that. Trying to get out to Toronto this summer, maybe in August. We're working on that. I don't know, though, if it's going to be August, but I'm trying to get back. People are asking me about Canada. Canadians, I love you. You guys are the shit. But here's the thing. You guys were so strict with COVID. We're like afraid because I don't want to get on a fucking airplane and all of a sudden there's an outbreak and I'm stuck in I'm sitting there, this phone service sucks. It costs $1 million with the phone. I don't know what's going on. I feel like the thing about Canada is you could be in Canada and you're like, oh, I'm not far from home. And you might as well be in Russia with Stifler's mom. See what I did there? It's a callback. All right. That's pretty much it, everybody. Please check out. Oh, by the way, check out all my other stuff. I want to thank you guys for subscribing to my YouTube channel. Okay, we built a YouTube channel during the pandemic. It's doing very well. It has Virzi Effect clips. It has stand-up clips. There's going to be always stuff being added to it. And so I appreciate you guys subscribing to that. Please subscribe to the Anything Better YouTube channel and the Anything Better podcast, which I co-host with Bill Burr. That show is doing great. We're having such a good time doing that. Oh, and we're gearing up for a new football season. So check that out. And check out everything. The website, the dates, and all that stuff. You guys are the best. I got the best fans. And I want to say this again. Going to Tampa and seeing all the people that are listening to the Virzi Effect, enjoying it, and coming out to shows. I want to meet you. I want to take a picture with you. Because those are the fans, man. And it is so cool. People bringing me cigars. Shout out to Edward, who brought me cigars. I believe that was the name. I think it was Edward. I'm pretty sure. Brought me a box of cigars. I had people come out with some people had T-shirts from Anything Better. The Virzi Effect merchandise is about to drop soon. We're going to have T-shirts with TVE. I'm going to have hoodies for the fall, soft hoodies too. You know me. I'm not doing that cheap shit. I'm not going to have you put on something that feels like your arms are getting scraped every time you move. I'm going to have some soft shit, like fox fur on you. I don't even know why I said fox fur, but you know what I mean? Something that's going to feel good. So there you have it. Hope to see you at a show. Buffalo, let's sell out Helium May 26th because I'm coming in Buffalo wing hot. I will see you guys next week. You guys are the best. All love.